where individuals can share their experiences without fear or judgment. For some, it could be procrastination. Some, it could be not taking their health seriously. For some, it could be smoking, drinking, womanizing. For some, it could just be their way of life. Well, we all have habits. Some are good and some are bad. And others, we hardly notice. Now, habits, they say, shape our daily lives, influence our decisions, and over time, determine who we become. Now, today's discussion focuses on bad habits, what they are, how they develop, and why they often hold us back without realizing it. Bad habits are not limited to one group of people. They affect individuals of all ages, backgrounds, and professionals. From poor time management to unhealthy lifestyles to negative thinking and harmful behaviors. Now, bad habits can quietly reduce our productivity, damage our health, strain relationships, and slow personal growth. Now, understanding them is the first step towards change. Hello and welcome to Inside Today. I am Jumai Manson. I am being joined by Usman Isa. He is the Executive Chairman of the Medical and Wellness Foundation and convener of All African Medical and Wellness Expo. Do not go anywhere. The program continues shortly. Stay tuned. All right, you're welcome back. And if you're just tuning in, this is Inside Today on Global Television. And like I mentioned before, we're going to be looking at bad habits from negative to positive. It depends on the category in which you fall in. Well, I hope it's the positive. Like I mentioned before, I am being joined by Mr. Usman Isa. He is the Executive Chairman of AMWE Medical and Wellness Foundation and, of course, the convener of All African Medical and Wellness Expo. His specialty is medical and wellness tourism. Good afternoon, Mr. Isa. It's great to have you on the program Inside Today.
Yeah, good afternoon. Nice meeting you on the show.
All right. What are habits? First of all, let's just term the general term. What are habits?
Yeah, when we are talking of habits, it's something that people find themselves doing, and as they are doing it, they don't even look at the side effect of it or the other side of it. Because since they are doing it and they get maybe driving pressure from me, they feel it's okay. And some of these habits, at times, it may not be okay. So that is my own understanding about habit. It's something one is engaging doing it without looking at it. Either it may have side effect, but they don't consider it once they are enjoy doing it. Like for example, now some people, they are assess workers. As they assess workers, they don't look at the side effect, the kind of illness they will contract as a result of these activities. They don't mind, but they just look at the financial or monetary benefits they are getting from it without looking at the health, the sickness aspect of it that they may be contact, either sexual transmitted infections or HIV and so on.
Now, looking at this critically now, some would say, after all, habits are habits. If I have a positive habit, is it still detrimental to me as an individual? You know, positive habits are the ones that I love to exercise, maybe live healthy. But that habit, can you term both of them, or can you differentiate them? Which is more better?
Yeah, there are habits that are positive and there are habits that are negative.
Of course.
For example, one can form habit of health checkup, regularly health checkup. Like if you look at our society today, there's something that is very common, which is this cardiac arrest of it, popularly known as heart attack. You can see people stand and slump and die. Some even lie down and in the morning, Baba, Mama, they will not wake up again. because they are not checking their health status regularly. So one that's fine for checking regularly, checking his or her health status, the habit is a good one. Okay, the negative one of it is that, like, I don't care kind of a thing. Some people that do some things, when you let them know you have to go and check your BP all the time, they will say, they don't have the time, they are busy with daily activities, and they don't see it as something very important, because they see they are on their feet, they are hijacked, but they don't know that there's something there, you understand, eating them that they may not know. So to me, positive and negative habit is good. We embrace the positive one instead of embracing the negative one. So I've used the example of regularly checking of
which
health.
is the positive one.
Yes, the positive one. So, but the choice is, for example, yours. You understand?
Exactly.
Because everything God created in this life, He created everything in pair. Yeah, there is a man, there is a woman, there is paradise, there is hell. It's for you to decide which one you want to go. You decide to go to hell. If you want to go to hell, then you start doing all things that will lead you to hell. Then if you want to go to paradise, you have to start doing what will lead you to paradise. So it's all about choice, but it's good we embrace the positive aspect of habit instead of embracing the negative.
Now, would you say, for instance, Mr. Issa, would you say habit is something that one can break free from? Let's look at New Year resolutions now. Would you say New Year resolution and habits are entwined, or they are different completely?
They are different completely to me, because there are some things you are doing, you understand, that you just wait for the year. Maybe year is about to end, and you may not even reach the end of the year, you give up. So some people that are smokers, they say, okay, let me just smoke during the fasting period. Maybe during that fasting period, I will not have time to be smoking. Maybe as a result of that, I will quit smoking. You understand? So how will you know whether you even reach the fasting period before you die? You understand what I'm saying? And that smoking or that bad habit may lead to the death, you understand, of the person. For example, I was in Tunisia recently. I came back 4 days ago from Tunis. So I was interacting with a lady, with the father. The father is a medical doctor, and during the dinner, we were eating, and I asked the girl, there is something I observe in your country. Say what? I say, this is Islamic country. And the country where I came from, we have Muslim, we have Christian, but our Muslim girls always cover their hair. But why is it that almost like 90% of ladies, let's say 99% of the ladies, their hair are open? You understand? She made me to understand that this is what they grew to meet, and it's only the elderly people like her mother that I should look at her mother. Her mother covered her head, but at their own age, they are not covering their own. When they start aging, that is when when they are old. That is when they start covering their. And I say, do you believe in that? He say yes. Do you know that it can come unannounced? He say yes. I said, do you know whether you're going to attain the age of maybe 40 or 50, even that old age, before you die? She said no. So it means you have to start doing the right thing now. You understand? Because you don't know whether death can overtake you anytime, anywhere, any day.
Now let's talk about individuals who hardly take their health seriously, and they say, don't worry, I'll be fine. Putting it's part of them. That's it. If they're not feeling too well, they might just self-medicate. They don't need to go to the hospital. They feel they're okay. How can they break out of that pattern? Yeah,
there is something that is common. Very interesting question. There's something that is common in our society now. Because of enlightenment, of how to keep good health upkeeps, you see that has even made some of our clergymen, for example, some of our malams, some of our pastors, you understand, it has even turned them to consultant now. There are some people, when they have health challenge, instead of going to consultant, you understand, to consult them, but because of that habit of the trust they have in their clergymen, they rather prefer to go to their clergymen to consult them instead of going to a consultant, people that are trained, professionals, you understand, to consult them. And these people, day in, day out, taking advantage of them. By the time they come to realize that this habit of going to the clergyman, the situation may have gone out of hand. I was even hearing one program on social media recently, and I was shocked when the pastor in Ghana went to use an ark. They say the ark is created by him, but some people it's not created by him. So they're talking about a pastor that says that there is a woman that was having breast cancer, and the breast was removed. He now said that he used handkerchief, you understand, to pray in handkerchief and give the handkerchief to them, and they put the handkerchief there, and the breast, the breast just came out. The new breast just grew and came out. You understand? So, and in this generation, some people are still believe in that kind of story, going to these people, and whenever you are talking to them, for them to change, you understand? Because they say without changing in behaviors, learning cannot take place. Even though their parents talk to them today, maybe they have one habit and their parents are talking to them to change. They may not change, but when is the clergyman tell them that, oh, this is, even though it's even negative, they prefer to follow the advice of the clergyman than to follow their parent advice. For example, maybe a lady will bring a very handsome, good-looking girl to marry.
That's a man now.
Yes, a man take a beautiful girl to let's say to the family. Everybody in the family welcome the lady. Then maybe you now take to the lady to the clergyman. You understand? To help them assess, those people that have spiritual eyes, the way they look things is different from the way we look things. And I say, no, this girl is not good for you. You understand? So it's a negative habit anyway. If your parents say that this is good for you, and you yourself, you instead of following your mind that this is good for you, by the time the clergyman tell them, oh, this is not good. Do you know that as we speak today, there are some people that there are people tell them that their mother is a witch, and they believe? Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to look at this critically now. That's habits of listening to individuals, trying to break away from such, right?
Yeah.
Now let's talk about issues like this is a pattern of life. They've grown up understanding that this is it, and to other individuals, it's a bad habit, but to you as a person, it's not a bad habit. How do you break free from such?
Yeah, in life, to be honest with you, most of the bad things that people are doing today, they know. Yeah, most of bad things. Because now, if you see a fire and you put your hand, nobody will tell you that if you put your hand in the fire, it will burn you. You understand what I'm saying? But they just found that hard. For example, now, there are some people that are drinking alcohol. All these white cancan, the raw one. Some people, when they are drinking, they'll do that. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
This thing, they are drinking. They are not even finding joy in drinking it. You see that squeezing face before they take it, right? But they know that this thing is bad, and this thing will going to eat their liver. You understand? But they're still taking it. There are times some people will take these things, they're even gone out of their sense. So come back to the question now. Now look at the environment we find ourselves today. The environment we find ourselves, people even grow up to see like corruption now as a normal thing that we should embrace. You understand? And you see that there are some youths these days that support corruption. Once it's favoring them, once it's favoring them, they support it. You see them following so-called politicians about these people that are supposed to be stoned to death. They are following but they know that what they are doing is not good. It's affecting others, but since it's benefiting them, they don't care. You understand what I'm saying? They don't care because they are benefiting from it, and they know that this money they are collecting is looting money. You understand? But they are collecting it. But under normal circumstances, if all of us did not give support to these people, by now the issue of corruption, even though it's not stopped, they have reduced to the barest minimum. At times, we even have uncle in a position. For example, now you have an uncle or you have a brother in a position, a higher position, that is not doing well, that is not living in a very big place like Maitama, Asukuru, and is living like place like Kuje or Abaji. You say that he's not a serious human being. You understand? And most of these people that are having mansions here and there, you see that it's not their salary. So it's a very bad habit that this people has, because we are supporting evil, they are supporting bad things. But then they know some know that this is a bad habit, but because it's benefiting them, they don't want to change from it. There are some people now that say that without taking alcohol, you understand, they cannot approach a woman. On the normal day, they may be feeling shy, but whenever they take alcohol, even these people killing, doing all sort of evil things, on the normal day, like they cannot carry gun to shoot person, but whenever they take something, you understand, alcohol, yeah, they can easily do whatever they cannot do when they have. So they know that this thing they are taking is bad. It can make them to commit. But even suicide that people are committing today, on the normal day they cannot, but when they take something, anything, they can do anything, anytime, any day, anywhere.
Now let's talk about individuals who know that these habits are bad, but they want to break free from it. They have tried. They keep going back, relapse. They keep trying to stop procrastinating, but they cannot stop. They try their best. For individuals who tell a lot of lies, womanize, like you mentioned, drinking, smoke, all of these bad habits combined as individuals. How do you think they can break out from such cycle?
Yeah, they can break. The easiest way, that if they really want to break, the first thing they should do, because they say, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. You understand? So the people you start limiting, those people that can encourage you, some that will lure you to evil things, you start draw back from them gradually. But I know it's not easy. Maybe if you used to visit them like often and often, you'll be visiting them once in a while, you start trying to identify people, what the kind of habit you want, people that have that kind of habit. For example, now you are a sinner, and there are some people, they are sinners. You understand? They know that they are committing sin. By the time they start accompanying or going to people that are holy, start making some of them as a friend, you understand, and start limiting the way they go to the bad gang, or you understand, gradually, and they are prayerful. God can, you understand, help them to quit the habits.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Usman Issa, the Executive Chairman of Medical and Wellness Foundation and convener of All African Medical and Wellness Expo. And of course, his specialty is medical and wellness tourism. Let's quickly go on a very quick break. And when we return, talking about the power of habit from negative pattern to positive change. Do not go anywhere. Insight Today continues shortly. Stay tuned. All right, you're welcome back. And if you're just tuning in, this is Inside Today on Global Television. And we're looking at the power of habit from negative patterns to positive change. And like I mentioned before, I am not doing it alone. I have a friend of mine who is in the studio today to delve into this particular topic because, hey, you know what? We all have habits. And his name is Usman Issa, Executive Chairman of Medical and Wellness Foundation. And of course, his specialty is medical and wellness tourism. That's the wellness, your whole body. That's why you mentioned you have to chip in health. I understand all of that. Yes. Now, for someone who understands that having a bad habit is drawing him backwards, because definitely no one wants to associate with an individual who has bad habits, cannot keep up with them. Like we have in Nigeria or in Africa, this African time of a thing. We don't see it as a bad habit where you're invited to a party for 2 p.m. and you're there by 5. It's a bad habit. People do not even know. You didn't know? Yes, it is. Yeah. If you are going to tell someone, let your Friday be Friday. You don't have to call the person at the last minute and say, oh, please, let's meet on Sunday. People hardly keep to time. People hardly keep to dates. People hardly do the right thing. And some people feel we're Africans is a way of life, not minding that it could spoil your persona as an individual. What can you say to that briefly now?
Fantastic question, because it's one of the major challenge I'm having in this country. Me personally, the time and dates is my major challenge, because I can say 80% of my contacts are foreigners. Once a foreigner give you time that we are to meet, for example, 10 a.m., you have to be there at least 10 minutes to 10 a.m. If you are not there and it comes there and not see you, it's going. Because they don't even know the side effects. I don't know whether Nigerians or Africans really know the side effect of even not keeping to time. I don't think they know the implication. A lot of people, because time is money.
Yes.
For example, now we have this program we started 2 o'clock. Then assuming now after this 2 o'clock now, I have another program to attend, and maybe it's something that may even benefit me more than, some people go for programs. It's not the program that they will give them money or give them anything. Or they may have another appointment that can even fetch them, give them monetary benefit. You understand? They will prefer to leave your event and go for the. Now, this even remind me, a friend of mine did an event in Nikon Luxury some time ago. We were there, and most of the people he invited are expatriates. He said that if the event is 8 p.m., we are all in Transcorp Hilton. The white people, the white men, they were all ambassadors of different countries. They were all available. They gave the man 10, 20 minutes, and all of suddenly you see people who started getting up, going out. He started begging them. Do you know that they did not even look back to him? But some Nigerians are there, you understand, because we are used to the time already.
Yeah, we don't
patiently waiting. You understand? That is how the foreigners, all of them that came for the event, left. So the habit is a very bad habit. And there's one funniest thing in this country. We give a good name to evil things, bad thing, or something that is abnormal. We give good name to it. For example, look at what is happening in our society now. A ritual, another version of ritual called Yahoo Plus. You understand? They make it as if a normal thing. Even some of these boys can even come out that they are Yahoo. You understand? They are even proud because we choose to worship money in this part of the world. Once they have money to give and everybody will be happy, jubilating with them, they cannot even advise them, talk to them. Even some parents now, their students are doing all these things to even advise them. They know that this is what their students are doing, but they are giving them money and they are happy. You understand what I'm saying? So the issue of time, not keeping to time, you see, even I can be a good example now.
Yes, you came before time.
You told me, Mr. Usman, can you make it before 2 p.m.? You understand? If I cannot make it, I will say that, sorry, I don't think I can make it. I told you my office is not far from here. And by God's grace, you'll see me before the time.
Yes, you kept
you
the
understand?
time. No,
and I came even before the time.
Yes, you did.
So if everybody can form this habit, you understand, habit of keeping to the time, I believe the societies will be good.
Will be a better place.
Yeah,
all right, for that habit of African time, let's snap out of it. African time is no time at all. Now, thank you so much, Mr. Usman Issa. He is the executive chairman of AMWE Medical and Wellness Foundation and convener of All African Medical and Wellness Expo. And of course, his specialty is medical and wellness tourism. Thank you so much for being a part of Insight today and sharing your wheels of experience with us. And of course, you know, this issue is a very serious issue when it comes to timing, when it comes to procrastination. But of course, we mentioned there are also good habits. They are good or bad habits, good habits, bad habits, but let's always turn the bad habits into good habits for the greater good of yourself, your persona, and of course, whoever you represent. Now, it's very important that bad habits do not define who you are or who we are as a nation, as an individual, but they can also influence who we become if left unchecked. Now, the good news is that habits can be changed and positive habits can be built with time and effort. Now, every small step towards breaking a bad habit is a step towards a better, healthier, and more productive life. Now, change begins with awareness, continues with action, and succeeds with consistency. Now, as you reflect on today's discussion, ask yourself one question. What habits are holding me back? And what positive changes can I start making today? All right, that's all on the program. But remember, growth is a daily choice and better habits lead to a better life. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you all so much for being a part of the program. Have an amazing day ahead. Bye-bye.